From the tops of the white, surreal Wrangell Mountains to the wild, abundant Copper Basin floor, we bring to you AK News. Produced in the small room at the end of the hall at Kenny Lake School, here's our show hosts, Penny and Nickel.
Welcome, students of Kenny Lake School. I am Penny, and this is Nickel here to give you an update on our school's progress this year.
Many exciting activities have been happening in this past year,
including sports such as volleyball, basketball, and stick and puck.
You mean hockey?
That's exactly what I mean. Hello? We have a newscaster perform, Nickel. Anyway, like I said before, there are many sports around our school. Let's go to our good friend Court for the sports report.
The Kenny Lake Junior High volleyball team is headed to Glen Allen this weekend for a tournament. The Pee Wee hockey team is going to Anchorage for the President's Day tournament. Good luck to both of you guys. There's nothing else going on this weekend, so let's go back to Penny and Nickel.
Wow, that was intense.
You know what else is intense?
What?
The end of the world was supposed to happen less than 2 months ago.
Wow, that is intense. Why did people think that?
Let's see!
December 21st, 2012. The end of the world. At least, according to the Mayans. Fortresses, bunkers, castles, hideaways, and doghouses were all built in anticipation of this momentous and much talked up event. A television show, Doomsday Preppers, which highlighted people who readied themselves for the occasion, showed the uncreative but determined rest of society how to perfect their purposes to survive the end. Personally, after learning about this happening and seeing how it was the new cool thing to do, I made my own preparations. I did my push-ups each night. All 10 of them. Ate some more food to gain some weight and went grocery shopping, shoveled out a fort, and I even went so far as to walk my dog the night before. Naturally, since I was busy with all these laborious tasks, I didn't have any time to do my homework for Mr. Voley's class. What can you do? So the day arrived and I sat out in my fort waiting for the end to come. It got a little cold. I guess I didn't think about that too much beforehand. I waited and waited, but 3 hours later I was just cold and hungry, and so I went back home to wait till the end. However, contrary to the Mayans' beliefs, the world never came to an end on December 21st. With much cheering from the populace, we were forced to proceed on our lives and wait for the next apocalypse to happen. At least we got an afternoon of enjoyment from it. A couple of weeks later, when I was soaking up the sun down in Cancun, Mexico, I happened to visit the Mayan ruins of Tulum. As I strode around the place listening to the tour guide and gazing awestruck at the monuments, my guide actually started talking about the Mayans' predicted end of the world. According to him, the end of the world wasn't really the end of the world. Go figure. It was actually a predicted time of rebirth or cleansing for the world. He said that between the winter solstice of 2012, December 21st, and the summer solstice of 2013, the people of the world are given the opportunity to fix things that they don't like about themselves, or, in other words, purify their wrongs. It was a very interesting standpoint for them to take, since the end of the world didn't happen, and as I left, I thought it was maybe just a cover-up for their blunder. Oh well, maybe next time I'll do my homework.
Kenny Lake's drama class put on a brilliant performance of William Shakespeare's Tempest.
You know, I used to be an actress.
What did you play? Sleeping Beauty? Check out this story about Kenny Lake's school play.
For 2 winter nights, the Kenny Lake drama class transformed the gym into a stage. With their drunken minds and enthusiastic attitudes, they lit up the stage. These characters were played by Hazel Underwood and Amber Leonard. Amber Leonard played Trinculo, who was a crazy jester, and at first she was worried about her character, but then she learned that Trinculo was the perfect part for her.
Misery acquaints a man with strange bedfellows. I will hear shrouds till the dregs of the storm be past.
It was when I first come in, and when you first get sight of Trinculo, you don't know what to expect with him. He comes in with this, big 70s coat with the shoulder pads and everything, and it's all colorful. So you're like, what the heck is going on? But yeah, it was pretty humorous. After my soliloquy, they started warming up to my character, and it was pretty good because I crawled under Christy and we stuck our legs up, and it was pretty funny, so everyone was laughing. I finally morphed into my character. It was the second night of our performance, and I think I really had to get through the first night to warm up to acting. But when I finally got into Trinculo, it was the second night, and I thought to myself, I am really gonna put all of my effort into this and become Trinculo. My favorite, best memory of Trinculo is improvising with him because he's such a fun character. He's drunk most of the time, so I really get to do funny things with him. It's pretty fun.
Hazel Underwood played Stefano, a drunken butler. She was very scared when she let out her first line, but soon she became right into her character.
Do I so? Take thou that. As you like this, give me the line another time.
How do you think the crowd reacted to your character?
Oh, they loved me. Not to be braggadociable. Not to be egotistical, but they loved me. And I got so many compliments. They said, you're a natural drunk. And I was like, okay. And they were like, yeah, don't take that seriously. But I took it seriously because I can just act crazy. I am crazy. I'm acting egotistical now. They loved me.
At what point do you think you morphed into your character?
I'd say when I first put on the costume, because before that it's hard to go from a teenage girl to fat old drunk man. No one else really had that big of a transformation except for the old fat man, which was my sister and Amanda Frenchu, but I didn't really become Stefano until I looked like him, and I was like, oh, I'm Stefano. This is awesome.
Oh, King Stefano! Oh, Pear! Oh, worthy Stefano! Look what a wardrobe here is for thee!
Let it alone, thou fool. It is but trash.
Best memory.
All right, my best memories of the whole project will probably be before our final scenes. Christy had this tub of mud because she was a monster and she was gross and she was rubbing mud all over herself, and so we put mud on our faces too, and Christy was getting all into it. She was dabbing it on our faces in the perfect way and putting it on my feet and stuff, and it smelled really bad, but it was fun. Then another good memory. Oh, when I was in costume and before the play in the after school, I was walking around the hallways, and people who hadn't seen me in the costume before, they gave me the weirdest looks. They were like, why are you dressed like a man? I didn't explain to them. I just let them believe that and just kept walking with my swagger and my bottle. And then just seeing everyone get really happy and excited about being their character backstage before the first performance. I mean, they were nervous, but after a few scenes, they really got the gist of it. And they got really happy. Whereas before, they were like, oh God, we have to do this stupid play. But then they got really into it, and it was nice to see that. So.
The storm. And art thou living, Stefano? Oh, Stefano, Junior, upon the scales!
Prithee, do not turn me about. My stomach is not honest. These be fine things if they be not sprites.
Now let's see what the school thinks about our question of the week.
And what is that?
If you could make any animal, what would it be and what would it do?
Mine would totally be a crabrus.
What is that mixture of?
It's a mixture of a crab and a walrus. It would have tusks like a crab or like a walrus and crawl like a crab.
Okay, well, let's go to our man on the street to see what the students of Kenny Lake thought of our question. Psst. What is it?
The man is gone.
Oh, well, who do we have?
We have the women.
Okay, then let's go to our woman on the street. If you could invent any animal, what would it be and what would it do?
I would invent a child-friendly animal who did all my house chores.
It would be a flying unicorn, and it would fly me around places I wanted to go. Yeah. And it could talk. It could talk also, and it would be my best friend.
Mine would be a polar bear dog, and it would just mash and like kill animals and stuff. Mine would be a cross between a turtle and a sheep, and it would live in the ocean. Very fluffy turtle. Mine would be maybe like a bird-human thing. So like, no, it'd be a pig with wings, because pigs can fly. Yes.
I would invent some kind of dog that would be responsible enough to make the kids lunches and send them off to school. How's that sound?
That's an easy question. A flying tiger. First, instead of flying, it would fly, and it's a tiger, so like it instead of like having to like run and like, jump on its prey, it'd fly and like land on it. There you go.
If you could invent an animal, what would it be?
A cheetah and a squirrel.
Well, there are many unusual made-up animals that people came up with.
Amanda Frenchie came up with the animal of the mixture of pizza and sheep. How do people come up with this stuff?
I think that you were thinking of the seniors who sell pizza on Wednesdays.
Yes, that was what I meant. And the junior class sells breakfast once a week. Well, this has been a long day here at Hawk News, and I'm so...
Now look who's sleeping. Join us next time when we track down a mysterious creature down in the depths of Kenny Lake School.